Here's some ways that we predator-proof our quail coop. One, our quail coop is off of the ground, so it's not sitting on the ground, so it makes it a little more difficult for critters to be able to dig their way in. When you have a coop that's sitting on the ground, sometimes predators will try to dig under the protective fence that you have and get in that way. Of course, if you want a coop sitting on the ground, there are ways to predator-proof that, but we didn't go that route. Our entire coop, from the bottom to the sides, are all reinforced with hardware wire. This is 1/4 inch hardware wire. We went with 1/4 inch wire because it was the smallest, so things like snakes, mice, stuff like that is not going to be able to squeeze through this. Never do chicken wire. Chicken wire, like this over here, chicken wire has much larger holes and it's a lot easier for a predator to squeeze and maneuver and rip through. It's a common misconception a lot of new bird owners will make the mistake of doing because it's called chicken wire, but it's to keep your chickens from getting out. It is not to keep your chickens from being safe. Now, one thing about our coop that is not the best for predators like raccoons, because raccoons are very smart and they will figure out how to open anything. These locks on the outside of our coop, luckily, so far, we have not had issues with raccoons, but if a raccoon were to come by, they could easily figure that out. So that is an adjustment that we're going to be making. Now, sometimes with hardware wire, people will choose to do the 1/2 inch, and that's perfectly fine, but I found that the 1/2 inch could still allow things like snakes to squeeze in, so I really just didn't want to deal with that. So that's why I went with the 1/4 inch, and that's why I suggest the 1/4 inch. That's pretty much it. Just make sure you've got proper locks on your openings of your coop, and make sure that you've got it reinforced with hardware wire. Make sure that there are no gaps in anything. For example, you can see that there's a slab of wood that is built into the coop there, and you can see that something did try to get in here. I'm pretty sure that was a hawk. We had a hawk come by one day and lost a few of its feathers trying to get into this coop, but they obviously did not succeed. But anyway, back to the gaps. You can see that there's this piece of wood that is attached that's my roo that is attached to the coop here, and what we did was we took the hardware wire that's on the bottom here and we swooped it up and attached it to this large piece of wood here, so there's no chance of a predator getting in. And that's pretty much it.